Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Welcome to the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel. My name is Michael. Welcome to the Saturday late afternoon, early evening live stream. We are heading to Minneapolis from Washington, D.C. Reagan National. Just getting things started with the boarding process. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Just getting things loaded up here in the cockpit as we commence with passenger boarding and luggage. And getting a couple of other things squared away as well. Let's see, DCA. Finally, my flight plan on VATSIM. Let's see, it's 2300 to 360 and file flight plan. Flight plan's been filed. Hop over to Unicom real quick. We do have some ATC online this afternoon, so we should have a pretty decent trip out to the northwest to the land of 10,000 lakes. One World United, One World American out there taxiing out there right now. So we are going out on the Hordo 4 RNAV departure. And Hordo at or above, Hordo above 5,000. We've got 10-1. So we're good on that. Going to go in on the Killer 3. RNAV arrival, KAMMA transition. And let's see. Zing, Henderson at 2-4. CMAC 280 at 14. Killer 280 at 12. Huggy at 10. Crisp, and then Okay, Afton is going to be... Okay, Afton is 250 at 10. Jonesy is 9. Greek 230 at 8. Then Doley. Zesty is going to be...
Hello.
Zesty at 4. Kins at 3. And the localizer is 110, 3, 12 right. That does it for filing the flight plan. Okay, flight plans in the FMS. Boarding passengers. Looks like baggage is loaded. We'll go ahead and close the doors. Okay, doors are closed. Go and adjust my viewpoint.
I'm right next to her. Thank you.
All right, got our viewpoint set in the cockpit. We're good to go there. And almost done with passenger boarding. About another 40 to go. And altitude's going to be flight level 360 for the flight today, and should be an hour 45 minutes to Minneapolis. Pre-start checklist: parking brake set, throttle idle, landing gear checked down, flaps up, spoilers retracted, fuel quantity checked, fuel pumps off, battery master switch on. Fasten seat belts, no smoking signs are on. Go ahead and turn on the APU. APU generator on. Wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice, P-top probe heat off. Hydraulic pumps are on. Beacon lights are on. Pre-start checklist is complete.
Hello, sir.
Got our flight plan filed. Go ahead and squawk ident 1200. Okay, Again, flight plans filed, it's in the books.
Hello. Welcome aboard.
All right, we are done with the boarding process. Go ahead and close the main exit. And we will go ahead and prepare for pushback. In the meantime, please enjoy our safety video.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with us. We're committed to making your flight safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency, so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. And all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once
Flight
airborne,
director
we'll let you
on.
know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time.
Departure checks completed.
You'll find a list of
Bypass
approved
ban
electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you okay sitting by the emergency exits?
If you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, just let us know and we'd be happy to find you another seat. As you leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions.
You cannot smoke. I'm so sorry.
And
Smoking
engine
is
startup
not allowed
checklist.
on any Delta
We are
flight,
on
and
the
federal
tow
law
vehicle,
prohibits
thrust
tampering with,
levers,
disabling,
idle
or
engine area,
destroying a
check
restroom
clear.
smoke detector. There are
Start
8
switches,
exits on this
ground,
flight,
ignition,
4 doors,
both.
2 on each side,
Fuel
and
pumps
4 window exits under the
on.
wings. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
We'll start
All
the
exits
left
are
engine
clearly marked with an exit
number
sign. However, if there is a loss of
1,
power
and then number
and cabin
2, we
visibility
want
is
the
reduced,
nose
white
to
emergency
the
lights near the
right
floor
tail
and
to the
lead
left.
lights which indicate an exit.
Parking
Please
brakes
take a
are
moment to find the
released.
exits closest to you. And remember, they might be
All
behind
engines
you.
clear. Start at
It's
will.
unlikely,
Yeah,
but if
starting
tire pressure
engine
changes,
number
the panels above
1.
your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask toward you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap
what
over your
are we
head
doing?
and adjust the mask if necessary.
Oh, there we go.
Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely.
Oh, it's a little
but
weird.
just
We're
in
going
case,
forward
life
there
vests are
for a
located
second.
under your seats in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first or business class cabin, life vests are either between your seats, under your seats, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest from its container.
Good start at
and then
engine
open the
number 1,
pouch.
starting engine number 2.
Slip the vest over your head. Fasten the 2 straps to the front of the vest and then adjust the straps loosely around your waist. If your vest has only 1 strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front.
Good start on
As you
engine
leave the
number
plane,
2.
inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in front. If your vest doesn't have a tab,
Good start.
the
Go
light
ahead
will
and
activate
shut off the
automatically in the water.
APU.
If necessary, we'll distribute
Fuel
infant life
pumps
vests or other
off.
flotation devices for children who weigh 35
Engine
pounds or
startup
less.
is complete.
Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation.
Before
Now,
taxi
before we take
checklist,
off, be sure
nav
your seat is
lights
upright and
on.
locked. Your tray table is put away. And all carry-on items are
Elevator
properly
trim
stowed.
set for takeoff.
As we come through the cabin for our
Flaps,
final safety check,
5.
please let us know if you have any questions.
Indicating
Finally, now
5.
would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information.
Heading
card, which
is set. 345.
Thanks for your attention.
Radio's avionics set. Autopilot's off. Flight director is on. Transponder mode C.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
And we have a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Gonna put us in a weird spot, but that's okay. Taxi lights on. Flight control checks. Flight control check is complete.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Reagan traffic Delta 1865 taxiing to runway 1 via Kilo Foxtrot Juliet Reagan traffic. Parking brake released.
Delta 7040, Mike Straight.
5 by 5. Before takeoff checklist. Flight instruments checked. Engine instruments checked. Nav equipment is checked. Takeoff data. V1 147, VR 152, V2 162. Landing lights off. Taxi lights off. Strobes on. Pitot heat anti-ice as needed. Auto throttle is armed. Before takeoff checklist is complete. And crossing runway 4. I'll be switching out between the 2D and the 3D panel just for the initial flight out. We'll hold short here for just a quick second, make sure we've got no traffic incoming.
1299, radio check. Papa 5. Taxi.
Alright, we are ready to go.
Taxi 1299. Taxiing runway 01 via Juliet. DCC ground.
Reagan traffic, Delta 1865, departing runway 1, departure to the northeast, Reagan traffic. Okay, thrust to 60%, stable thrust N1, and we're out of here.
$80 knots.
80 knots, check.
V1, rotate. V2.
And positive rate of climb, gear coming up.
DC ground American 1299, cross runway 22. Delta 74 to cross runway.
And LNAV and VNAV engaged.
DC traffic American 1299, off runway 22. Traffic American 1299, line up runway 01, straight departure American 12, departure.
Climb out checklist, autopilot on, altitude set, speed set, heading indicator on, lights will come off above 10,000, LNAV VNAV is engaged, climb out checklist is complete. Heading up to 360 for today's flight up to Minneapolis. Hey Eric, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
This is 240, landing up on runway 01.
We're doing pretty good over here today. Yes, I did. I actually got an alert on that on my phone this morning. Just that there had been a high 7 earthquake in the Philippines and a tsunami warning. Don't know if anything else became of the tsunami or not.
Also my traffic, turning final runway 10.
7.6. No indication of any tsunami stuff, but they've got some strong aftershocks that happened. Not sure what the latest is. Yeah. A lot of aftershocks in the 3s and the 4s. Absolutely crazy. And above 10,000 feet, landing lights coming off. Yeah, it's been quite a while since they've had an earthquake that bad out there. Looking at Twitter, doesn't look like they had any tsunamis, even though the warnings did go out, but it's... I figure this is 5 hours ago that this happened. If there had been a tsunami, there would have already been one. And passing through 12.5 for flight level 360 for today's flight. Delta 1865, 737-800 service up to the land of 10,000 lakes. Gonna disable VNav for a few minutes while we climb out. I don't want to bleed off too much of our speed. So Cleveland Center shut down. They were online for a short bit. So if everything holds out, we should pick up some air traffic control with Chicago Center and then Minneapolis. For the arrival. Passing through 16,000 for flight level 360. Alright, passing through 18,000 feet, cruise checklist, autopilot check, radios check, lights as required, instruments, fuel quantity checked, altimeter to standard 29902, cruise checklist is complete. Chicago Center is 120.35. Maybe Cleveland Center will come back online. Don't know yet. We shall see. And passing through 20,000 feet for 360. Hope everybody is having a good weekend. Those of you who are tuned in to the live stream. It is a warm, muggy day here in Atlanta. 63 degrees currently, cloudy and very humid. %, humidity currently. And just passing through 27.5. Turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. So something that I learned last night while tinkering around is there is a flashlight feature in Prepared. So if you hit the, it's not the forward slash, not the slash under the question mark, but the backslash, if you hit it once, you get a little flashlight feature that opens up. On your thing, tap it again, and it's a red light. And then tap it one more time to turn it off. I learned that last night by accident. I don't know if FSX ever had that feature or not. So, but apparently Prepared does. So, you've all learned something today. Looks like Indianapolis Center's gone offline. Yeah, I don't think FSX has that feature. I never saw it. And all my years of flying in it, you would think that I probably would have known about it. So I don't think I don't think it was ever a feature. I definitely know it was not one in Flight Sim 2004. Adjust our cruise to 280. And leveling off at 360. And go ahead and turn the VNav back on. But yeah, I kind of ran into that feature by accident last night. I was practicing some localizer approaches in IMC weather conditions. And just happened to, it's like, huh, what's this weird yellow glow? And I looked it up, and it's like, oh, it's a flashlight feature. Excuse me. And I had to look it up to figure out which keystroke I hit. To turn it on and off, so now I know. And I also learned that you cannot save So I've been setting up my virtual cockpit in a way where my field of view seems more natural and I can see the cockpit. So I have my virtual cockpit where I want it set up, but if you go into your views, view management, and manage cameras, I can save a particular, like, here's the active window. I can save it, but it only saves it temporarily. It doesn't save it permanently. So in order to do that, I just have to save the flight as a scenario and continue to use that scenario to get the cockpit view that I want, or I could just go through the motions of just setting it up as I go. But anyways, if you're just joining the live stream, welcome aboard. It's Delta 1865, service to Minneapolis, St. Paul, from Washington's Reagan National Airport. Sitting at flight level 360, 280 knots. Ground speed is 451. And estimated arrival time should be about another hour and 27 minutes. So sit back and enjoy the flight. If you have access to the live chat, pop in, say hi, ask me some questions, get to know me a little bit. And looks like Chicago Center's gone offline, so we are slowly losing all of our air traffic control. I don't anticipate Minneapolis Center staying online. They've been up for 4.5 hours now. So we may have no ATC the entire flight, but let's hope somebody comes back online. And just passed over Pittsburgh. Very quiet on Unicom. And Minneapolis Center has gone offline. So I guess Rolls-Royce is getting out of the electrical propulsion business. They're looking for a buyer for their electrical division. That division, which was focused on activities such as developing electric propulsion systems for EV tolls, revealed the move under a wider restructuring plan. Wasn't made clear why they were stopping work on their battery electric propulsion systems. Who knows? American Airlines is being sued over a alleged lavatory hidden camera incident. Incident happened on board a Charlotte to Boston flight on September 2nd. Apparently, a flight attendant recorded a 14-year-old passenger in the airplane's lavatory, but the FBI declined to arrest due to lack of evidence. Family's lawyers are suing the airline, claiming that they should have known that the flight attendant was a danger. The flight attendant allegedly taped an iPhone to the airplane toilet. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. This is prepared version 5.4. You are very welcome. I will assume that you are a flight simmer as well. Ah, nice. What platform are you flying on? Ah, okay. X-Plane 12 on a Mac. Hey, nice. Yeah, I'm running everything here on a Windows 11 machine. The specs for my gaming PC is in the About section of the YouTube channel. And I run on 3 different monitors. Do you also fly on VATSIM as well? And also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Glad to have you aboard. No, I was just asking if you fly on the VATSIM network, which is the live air traffic control that you can download a couple of clients and use and get live air traffic control if it's online. Gotcha. And thanks for hopping on the Discord server as well. It's not a busy server, but hopefully as time goes, we get more and more people on there. I probably need to do a little better job of throwing content on there. So do you fly for any virtual airlines or anything like that? Let's see. Iran is asking, do you have to start cold and dark in VATSIM? Answer is no, you do not have to. It's not required. I usually what I wind up doing is I'll start my prepared client, and of course the engines are already running when the aircraft spawns, and I just go and I just shut them off and just run off of the battery power or the APU, and then just log on to VATSIM, and then just do the engine start during the pushback process, just like you would in real life. So there's no stringent requirement of having to start cold and dark. I know some people do, some people don't. It's personal preference. Yeah, looks like we're up crossing Lake Erie on our way up to the northeast. Yeah, VATSIM can be pretty confusing for beginners, but there's a lot of really good videos out there that kind of teach you the basics about VATSIM and the etiquette. Most of those are quite dated. We're talking 10 years old or more, because VATSIM's been around for a while. But most of the etiquette and procedures are still valid today, so you can go check those out. Just go onto YouTube and search for VATSIM tutorials. There's a European flight sim pilot who's got a whole series of videos. So definitely check him out. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find him real quick. Here we go. His channel is Aviation Pro. Hey, Wifey. Wifey has entered the chat. How are you, darling? Let me see if I can... share his channel. Let me copy the link and drop it here. Okay, that's the link to Aviation Pro's channel. He's got a pretty comprehensive batch of videos about VATSIM and how to set it up. I have a couple of videos on my channel about setting up the clients, how to use vPilot and VATSpy and stuff like that, but nothing comprehensive as far as the etiquette. Yeah, looks like we're picking up somebody's nav signal. Shut that off. Back in the cockpit. But yeah, like I said, I have a couple of videos on my channel, just the basics of setting up vPilot and how to get model matching. So if you're flying and there's other aircraft that vPilot injects the correct aircraft into your flight simulator environment. So if you're, if you're in Atlanta, then you're going to see aircraft that fly in and out of Atlanta or whatnot. You're going to see Delta and no generic jets and stuff like that. Or if there's an American A321 on the ground somewhere, that's what you'll see. So I have a few videos like that on my channel. For that, but definitely check out Aviation Pro. He has the really good comprehensive series on etiquette. We're talking all the way from first logging onto the network to when you land at your arrival airport and whatnot. So, but it's pretty, it's the best advice that I can give you is watch some tutorial videos, find a busy airport on VATSIM, spawn at the gate, and just sit and listen. You don't have to interact at all, and then you can disconnect from the network at any time that you want to. Just sit and listen to pilots and the air traffic control people and stuff like that. One of the biggest things is familiarizing yourself with knowing how to read aviation charts, approaches, takeoffs, landings, you know, basically following their instructions and stuff like that. Flight planning, just that you want to try to keep things as real as possible. You're not going to fly from Atlanta to Los Angeles on a direct path. You're going to follow airways and stuff like that. So you want to flight plan your flight, which is why a lot of people just invest the $10 a month into a Navigraph charts subscription. You can flight plan, and that comes with Sim Brief, which will give you your flight plan for you automatically based on real life situations. So yeah, Navigraph is fantastic. It's definitely worth the price of admission to have the chart availability and stuff like that. So I was using Navigraph charts long before I even got on the VATSIM network, because I just wanted accurate charts to fly my flights as realistically as possible. I wasn't yet into the ATC thing. So once again, if you're just joining the live stream, welcome. My name is Michael. We have a chat room
Metro traffic
full of folks.
American 1959 Airbus A319. We are pushed back Concourse A. We will be taxiing runway 3 left via Uniform 7, Foxtrot Mike. Metro.
Yeah, somebody down in Detroit. We are Delta 1865, 737 service from Washington, D.C., Reagan National, up to Minneapolis. Flight time is just a little under 2 hours, hour and 56 minutes. And we are estimated time of arrival is about 58 minutes from now. And we're 440 nautical miles out from Minneapolis right now. And we're sitting at flight level 360. But yeah, basically it's just, you know, with VATSIM and air traffic control, it's just, you basically get an instruction from air traffic control, you repeat it back to them, and then do whatever it is that they tell you to do. And you go from there. But yeah, Aviation Pro's got some really good videos out for that, so definitely check those out. So if anybody ever has any questions, post them in the live chat or just leave a comment on the video later after the live stream, and I will be sure to answer them to the best of my ability. And if I don't have an answer for you directly, I will find an answer for you. I'm here to have fun and to educate folks. About flight simulating, and the whole environment, and there's no question I won't answer. Cruising at flight level 360, we're in the lower part of the lower peninsula of Michigan. You look out the cockpit window just ahead of us at 12 o'clock, you see Lake Michigan slowly creeping up on us. And our flight path will take us let's see. Take us just over Grand Rapids and just south of Muskegon. And then we will cross Lake Michigan and overfly Milwaukee. Actually, we'll pass just north of Milwaukee as we closer to our destination. So with that, I'm going to step off the flight deck for a couple minutes and check on the wifey, make sure she's doing okay, and I'm going to refresh my beverage and find a charger for my iPad. So I will return in just a couple minutes. See you when I get back. Okay, we are back on the flight deck. Just passing south of Grand Rapids, rapidly approaching the Lake Michigan shoreline. About another 5 minutes, we'll head out over. Yeah, having a lousy PC can be really depressing. Trust me, I know. My old gaming PC, which I've had for 10 years or better, I used for Flight Simulator 2004, and it was fantastic. And if it weren't for the fact that VATSIM really doesn't support Flight Sim 2004 on vPilot anymore, I would probably still be flying Flight Sim 2004 today, all these years later, nearly 20 years. It's a great simulator. And it's still installed on my other PC because it works great there. And I get unlimited frame rates. And I have a ton of scenery additions and aircraft, and they all work perfectly, and I've had no issues. And then I upgraded my PC somewhat. I added some extra RAM and got a solid-state hard drive and upgraded to Windows 10 and found out that I could fly FSX and started doing FSX for a little while and looked at the tutorial videos on how to tweak the settings in FSX. Flew it for a couple of years. Then I got FSX Steam Edition, which is infinitely better than the box version of FSX, and learned a few things about FSX and FSX Steam in general. That they have a VRAM cap, and encountered issues with the sim crashing a lot, especially if I was using FS Dream Team's GSX program, which is what gives me my ground services and passenger stuff. And finally took the dive and went with Lockheed Martin's Prepared did a post on the forums and said, well, hey, which version would you guys recommend for somebody who's just getting started with prepared? And there's version, I think version 3 is still up, is still active, version 3, version 4, 5, and 6. And overwhelmingly, everybody said get version 5. Even though version 6 had just been out for a short period of time, but a lot of people recommended 5, so I went with 5, and I've been flying with it ever since, and I am used to it enough that I have gone ahead and uninstalled Steam and FSX Steam Edition. I already got rid of my boxed version a while back and freed up some hard drive space. So Prepared is the only version that I fly on. Now I know X-Plane is a really good, X-Plane is a really good simulator and all that, but I just, take some getting used to. So yeah, I definitely know the feeling of having a shit PC. And then for my Christmas present this past year, I said I'm going to get a more updated gaming PC and went with a Lenovo gaming system, which turned out to be a real total piece of shit, brand new out of the box, and had it for 3 months, took it back, and got the current PC that I have, and it is infinitely better. Now don't get me wrong, I was happy with the Lenovo system that I had, but it kept going into hibernation mode for unknown reasons, and I literally would be working on a project, get up, walk away, come back, and the computer literally went to sleep. And then in order to come back out of it, I would have to shut it off and turn it back on and lose whatever I was working on. And you troubleshot it, and Lenovo would tell me one thing, and Windows would tell me something else, and I don't know how many Lenovo and Windows technicians I have remotely connected to my computer, and I think they did in retrospect, I think they made things worse. And finally, I just contacted Micro Center, which was the local place here in the Metro Atlanta area where I live, and just said, look, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm bringing it back. You know, if you're not willing to work with me on a replacement, then I'm going to give it back to you anyways, but I'll likely take a sledgehammer to it and I'll go elsewhere and spend my money all over again on another computer. And they were great, and only because several other people who had the same desktop computer were having an issue, and it turned out to be a problem with the power supply. And so I did a one-for-one swap and got the machine that I'm running on right now and have not had a single issue since then. I'm just a happy camper, so. We're about halfway across Lake Michigan. We'll come out on the other side just south of Milwaukee. I think just south of Milwaukee. What are we coming out at? Yeah, we'll actually cross north of Milwaukee Airport. Kind of back. Let's go out the west side window. We can see Milwaukee off our left wing here as we cross over. Beautiful views of Lake Michigan, sun glistening off of it. Pretty puffy clouds down below. If I was going to complain about one thing about Prepared, it would be that you can't get rid of the academic license message that's in the upper right-hand corner. And there's Milwaukee Airport just off the lower part of the wing. Or just below the main flap as we cross over there. Let's see. Let's check that spy. So here we are right here. Here's Minneapolis. Let's see, we've got Sky West heading in. Other Delta flights. Looks like just a couple of arrivals and 5 departures. So Sky West will get ahead of us. And we got some arrivals heading out. A small group flight up to Winnipeg, somebody off to Denver, and then Bismarck, North Dakota. Top of descent coming up. About another 90 to 100 nautical miles. Just prior to cable, so 50, 30, and 26, and 80, 90, about 106 nautical miles or so before we start our top of descent. Georgia better step up their game. We're losing 27-17 with 2 and about 3 minutes left in the match. Oh, we are 12-0. Means we have to score a field goal and a touchdown. Yeah, a touchdown and a field goal to tie it, or 2 touchdowns to win. That's not looking good for us. And we're 4.5-point favorites to win. That is going to be a hell of a upset for anybody who bet. Oh. Oh, we scored 24. So it's 24-27 with 3 minutes left in the game. Come on, Georgia. Sneak back over here to the thing, about 40 miles from top of descent. Check the weather in Minneapolis. Excuse me. All right, weather in Minneapolis. Winds 130 at 7. Unlimited visibility. Temperature 1, dew point -4. Broken at 3,800. Altimeter 29990. Forecast for tonight is the forecast for tonight is expecting overcast at 10,000. Winds pretty much staying the same, 130. All right, so we have ATIS information, airport and weather. catch the last part of the game here. Since it's CBS and that's Paramount Network, and I have Paramount. Way too many commercials. They say they're in a commercial break with the game right now, but I'm watching my 10th commercial here. And starting down out of 364. Okay, what happened to football? Apparently there's no football. Minute 15 left in the game. 27-24 Alabama. games over. Alabama ended our streak. 29 games. 27 to 24. Ah. Man, that sucks. Passing through 28.5 for 24,000 on the descent. As the seatbelt signs coming back on. Descent checklist. ATIS information, airport weather checked. Altimeter check 29990. Radios and nav check, fuel quantity check, anti-ice as required, descent speed as required. Descent checklist is complete. See, landing on 12 right, and we'll probably exit off at Alpha 4 or Alpha 3, depending on the runway conditions, and just a left turn onto Bravo and over to the Lindbergh terminal. And leveling off at 24,000. We're on the Killer 3, RNAV arrival. Cross Hender at 240 and then start down to CMAC. 26 nautical miles to descend 10,000 feet. aircraft in the vicinity to have a look at on VATSIM, so. I kind of like that viewpoint better. It's actually really more eye level with me than anything else, so. We are on the approach into Minneapolis. We're actually just about getting ready to start our approach checklist here in just a second. Let's see, we're out of 14 for 12,000, so approach checklist, seatbelt, no smoking signs on. Go ahead and restart the APU. APU generator is on. Avionics and radios are set. Speeds at our discretion. Landing lights will be coming on shortly. Spoilers are armed. Flaps as needed. Approach checklist is complete. Okay, sounds good. Enjoy your flight wherever you wind up going this afternoon. All right, landing lights on. We're below 10,000 feet. Ah, okay. Have a good flight, and again, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you again.
Minneapolis traffic United 2417 is departing to Belfast, Chicago.
And the Cleveland Center's back online. A little late, but a little late, but never better than never, I suppose, huh?
Minneapolis traffic United 2417 clear them to left.
Minneapolis traffic, Delta 2240 is taxiing runway 12 right via Charlie 5, Charlie and Alpha, Minneapolis.
I got Minneapolis off our 2 o'clock. Flaps 1, speed check. And Minneapolis Airport coming in to view off the right wing. Turn off the LNAV and VNAV at this time. Minneapolis traffic, Delta 1865 is on the downwind for The visual, runway 12 right, Minneapolis traffic.
Minneapolis traffic, Delta 2240 is departing runway 17, ship 1 departure, Minneapolis.
And flaps 5. Speed check. Flaps 5 indicated. Right turn to 030. Let's see, we want to be on a 121 heading to capture the glide slope. Right turn 100. airport out ahead of us. And we've caught the localizer. Flaps 15. Flaps 15 indicated. We've captured the localizer. Glide slope is coming up. Flaps 20. Speed check. Flaps 20 indicated. And we have captured the glide slope. Minneapolis traffic, Delta 1865 is on a 10-mile final visual runway 12 right, Minneapolis traffic. Gear coming down, landing checklist. Flap set, landing gear coming down. We've got 3 in the green, landing speed established, autopilot, auto throttle as required, landing checklist is complete. Flaps 25, speed check. Flaps 25 indicated. Minneapolis traffic, Delta 1865, short final visual runway 12 right, Minneapolis traffic. And I have the aircraft.
Don't sink.
Touchdown. Spoilers deployed. Reversers engaged. Hop off here at Alpha 3. Minneapolis traffic, Delta 1865, clear of runway 12 right at Alpha 3. Turning left onto Bravo over to Lindbergh, Minneapolis traffic. And flaps coming up, landing lights off, strobe lights off, taxi lights coming on. De-ice pitot heat off. Spoilers are down. Excuse me. See how good we did parking. Not too bad. Shutdown checklist. Parking brake set. Throttle idle. Engines to cut off. Taxi lights off. Nav lights off. Beacons stay on. Light directors coming off, auto throttles off. Open up the main jetway. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Minneapolis. Current local time is 5:02 p.m. Zulu, which would be 12:02. Actually, 11:02 a.m. Central Time, since we're in Minneapolis. Go ahead and shut off the APU.
Thank you. Good night.
And hydraulic pumps. Hydraulic pumps would normally come off. And shutdown checklist is complete, and that will do it for today's flight. One thing left to do, and that's to file ACARS. And just a little bit over 2 hours and 18 minutes for the flight, so we got in just a hair bit late. Got 100.9 hours to my next promotion to executive director. And no other flights in the plan book. And that is going to do it for today's flight, and that will also do it for today's live stream. I really appreciate everybody who hopped on today. Eric and Starmont, our new subscriber, Iran, Wifey. Thanks, guys, for dropping in, keeping me company today. It is greatly appreciated. If you liked today's live stream, smash that like button and let me know. And if you are not currently a subscriber, please support the channel by subscribing. And check out our Discord channel. Link to the Discord is here in the live chat and is also in the description for the video today. Again, thank you everybody for joining the live stream today. This is Michael with Sky's Limit Aviation Channel, wishing you a great rest of your Saturday evening. We will see you on the next live stream. Probably is going to be... I'm not sure if we're doing a live stream tomorrow or not. We will see. But I will certainly let you know. So again, have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend if I don't see you, and we'll see you in the next live stream. Bye-bye now. Take care.